Welcome to episode number 30 of Radiovania, your nerdy public radio for all things entertainment and pop culture. My name is Zacquatello, at Zacquatello on Twitter, and sitting across from me is the time-traveling John Swanson Parker.
Time traveling, all right.
We're back, it's
Marty McFly Williams.
It's been are you gonna bomb that Master Hill?
Yep.
It's been a lifetime, man, hasn't it?
Yeah, who's that riding back in the sunrise? Is it those desperados, those Radiovania desperados?
Yeah, we're back, and, it's been a few weeks. We took a short hiatus, if you hadn't noticed, by,
I prefer sabbatical.
Sabbatical, yeah, that's probably a better word. We went on a journey to find ourselves.
Yep.
And we came back with...
Not hard.
We came back with Coors Golden Banquet Beer. Instead of our traditional Red Hook IPA.
Brewed and bottled in the Rockies.
Yeah, Rocky Mountain Fresh, Rocky Mountain Cold. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Well, for those of you that may have just joined us from the sabbatical... We thank you very much for joining us and listening. We are getting close to that 1,000 listens mark on YouTube and Spreaker, on iTunes, and all platforms combined. We thank you all very much for your support and your continued listening of the show. Remember, this is Radiovania. It's your nerdy public radio. It's a talk show. We talk about movies, video games, nerd culture, pop culture, music, movies, sports, fantasy. How you doing in that fantasy? Cleaning up?
I'm doing all right. I think I'm sitting on 2 L's right now.
Yeah.
So I think I'm like 4-2. I want to say maybe a little. I might be off on that, but I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, I'm 2-2.
The loss
right
to
now.
You hurt real bad because
it's gonna taste so good when he buys me a drink.
Yeah, it will, but I can't lose to you again because I need to secure my spot in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, and right now, Connor's going to win our division.
Connor's going to kill it.
So
I think Connor's going all the way.
It's you and me fighting for the 2 remaining division spots.
Connor's Tom Bradying
or the one remaining
the business out of this whole thing. I think he's cheating. He's deflating balls. He's mixing points.
He is the league manager.
So. He is the league manager, so he's probably doing. There's some Deflategate, Connorgate. Can we call it Connorgate?
Yeah, Kempgate.
Kempgate. That sounds better. Kempgate. Yeah. But yeah, surprisingly, shout out to Cal, listener of the podcast. We tied, and I've never seen that before.
I tied.
the exact time.
I tied in my other league.
Oh yeah,
with Bree actually.
Oh really?
Yep.
That's cool. Yeah, I was so shocked. I was like, I looked through. I was like double checking to make sure I didn't have a person playing on Monday, and we tied. So.
It's always fun. It's fun to tie because we're both so good.
Yeah, it's just so much talent going to head to head.
Because we're clearly performing on the field, so we deserve all these points.
Definitely. So now that we got the sports talk out of the way,
that was fast.
Yeah, definitely.
Not a lot to go over.
Oh, also
Ohio State, they won.
Yeah,
overtime win.
I'm also going to pour one out for the Bengals. That loss against the Patriots was just brutal.
And for you Browns fans out there,
that's true. That is.
You're in a whole world of mess right now.
Seriously, so they lost LeBron, and now it's the Bengals. Yeah, to the Bengals. There you go. Defense scored me -1 point
for the Bengals.
Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking the Bengals.
I think Gronkowski scored me 26 points. Yeah. A touchdown and 160 yards receiving. Insane.
I might have to fiddle around with that defense. I don't want to give rid of the Bengals because I feel like I'm disrespecting my hometown. But
they're a solid defense. You're also playing
arguably
the best offense in the league is the Patriots. So
it's true. But now let's get into some things. I want to know, what have you been doing over the hiatus? You told me you were playing Legend of Zelda. That's a thing.
I was messing around a little bit on it.
On Link to the Past?
Yes.
Anyway, how are you playing it? Virtual console?
Yeah, virtual console. It's on my... So it's virtual console inception. So I have my Wii U with the Wii virtual console with SNES virtual console within the Wii. So I have to go through 3 menus just to play the game.
You can transfer Wii games onto the Wii U.
Right, but you still have to go to the Wii menu app on the Wii U.
Right.
Yeah, have you not done that?
No, that's true. I did it for... I have Mario 64 and some random games that I ported to my Wii U, which... God, I can't even remember the last time I turned on my Wii U.
But you can't even play those games with the gamepad, though. I have to play Link to the Past with the classic controller that you plug in, like a nunchuck. But it's fun. I like Link to the Past a lot.
Link to the Past is still one of the best Zelda games. Yeah, no question about it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about NX a little bit later, but that's something they need to fix is the whole
control
menus within menus. Why can't everything just be there? PlayStation does it so well. You just download these games, they're sitting on your desktop. There you go.
Yep.
Play your games.
Be nice.
Have you been doing anything else? See any good movies? Watch any good TV?
No, it's school.
Mostly just school?
Midterm crisis is over.
Oof.
I came out alive.
Yeah.
Did pretty well, actually. compared to my usual standards. So.
Good. I'm proud of you. But, well, you're missing a big one. I thought you'd say it, but you beat BioShock.
Yes, yeah.
So from the last time we recorded, you were getting close to the end. You were like at Hephaestus the last time we did the show.
65%.
And no spoilers for the audience, but you finished the game. Give me your review. I want to talk to you about it on the show.
Sure.
We haven't had an in-depth discussion about it yet.
I felt like the end climax came to an abrupt halt.
Interesting.
I felt it was a little rushed at the end, actually. I did not... I also thought the boss battle was really easy. And I don't know if I just had the proper tools or anything like that, but I walked in, I didn't die.
Really? It only took you one chance. Interesting. What you said you don't remember what level of difficulty you were playing on.
Normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I usually play every game on the normal just to check it out first. Yeah, I didn't. I thought it was pretty easy. I like this. I like the world a lot. It's beautiful, and the HD remaster is awesome.
Yeah.
I like the story building technique that they use, where you really don't know anything about your character for a large portion of the game. I think that was really unique and interesting. I like finding like tapes and stuff like that, kind of like you do in Batman and The Last of Us, and in Uncharted, where you'll find notes and stuff like that. So that was a really fun type of storytelling method that I've already been accustomed to, but that's just because I've been playing Naughty Dog games.
It's important to
but I like the voice acting that they had with those, because it is all audio tapes for everything that you find. Yes, that is the best part of the game. Yeah, that was my favorite part. I would say that's my favorite. Probably I like the beginning a lot. The introduction of the world I thought was really interesting. I like the use of incorporating the period piece elements of it, both in terms of music and set. As well as the enemies, I thought were really fun, especially dealing with like the big daddies and the little sisters and the characters that you can interact with. You can tell there's a lot of lore to be had in that world that is just barely scratched on the surface, barely.
You get what you put in
that first game.
You get what you put in, and that's always been my thing with BioShock. Is that the ending is. I agree with you. Is that it is abrupt, and that it does happen within a few minutes, and it gives you a cutscene, and you're out of there, but. The story is really not about you. It's more about the world. And so you're learning about these characters. And so I definitely say that if you don't pick up the audio diaries, if you don't search around for like written things on the walls and like all these different environmental storytelling aspects, you don't really get the full story, because it's not about you. It's about Rapture. It's about Andrew Ryan, and it's about these cast of characters, which I think is so cool. But
yeah, and I'm not big on first-person shooters. I did get accustomed to the play style after a while. I struggled with it a little bit at the beginning. I don't think it being a first-person game takes away from anything, and I think it actually enhances the storytelling aspects of this game. However, by the time I got to the end and I finished it, like I said, I just felt like it ended really soon, maybe because, like you said, the story's more about Rapture as opposed to your character.
It is a long...
Which is a different switch for me, which I like in its uniqueness, but...
Yeah. And it is long, though. I mean, the campaign clocks, when I play that game through, it's like 13, 14, 15 hours.
It took me a while.
Yeah, which is way longer than a traditional first-person shooter, which we'll talk about Battlefield 1 here in a little bit. It's been getting really good reviews, but the campaign is only supposed to be 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
Which, we've grown accustomed these days to these really quick experiences. You get in, you get out. And BioShock is a long game, and so... But you liked it? Well, how would you grade it on the Radiovania 20-point scale?
I'd probably give, based on my experience, it about 8.5.
Okay.
Out of 10.
That sounds good to me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you played it. I'm glad you saw it through.
I liked it. I enjoyed playing it. There were parts that were frustrating, but not anything that I can't get through, like with a normal game.
Sure.
But I enjoyed the experience overall, and it's definitely well worth my time and money.
Good.
I'm looking forward to exploring into the sequels, to seeing how they differ from this original. Yeah, it was good.
And that's where I'm going to jump off.
It's a good recommendation.
Yeah, I'm glad. Well, I vacillate, and it's interesting because you were playing through BioShock 1. You lended me the second half of the disc, which has Infinite on it, and I took it home. Past couple weeks, I finished it in about 12 hours, 11, 12 hours.
Jeez.
And plowed through it. I think the campaign in Infinite is shorter than the original BioShock. I've been messing around with the DLC right now. I do want to say that replaying that game has made me realize that Infinite ages better than the original BioShock. And it's only been a few years since Infinite came out, but watching you play the BioShock remaster reminded me of that's an early last gen game. I mean, so Xbox 360, PS3, PC, people were still getting the hang of these first person shooter. Like Call of Duty hadn't like completely modernized everything. And we have to remember that BioShock was one of the first that pioneered that sort of storytelling genre where, Call of Duty games had their shooty, let's go to war and let's reenact D-Day or whatever, but nothing was doing it quite like BioShock. And so I think Infinite really takes that formula and does something special with it. And I think Infinite's probably a better game than BioShock overall. And when we did our top 10 video games of all time, I think I listed BioShock as my number 1.
It was, yeah.
I would probably amend that after going back and looking at it, not through rose-tinted glasses and actually like playing it through. I think Infinite's a better game. I think it tells a story in a much better way. Would you put Infinite
at your 1?
I would probably do that, yeah. I think it tells a better story. I think it has a much more satisfying conclusion. I think the narrative is well thought out. It follows a lot of the same beats as BioShock, and you'll see it once you get there, but it puts more of an emphasis on the hecticness of the game and less on the frustrating aspects of BioShock 1, which I didn't like, which are the puzzles in the hacking games, the turrets that constantly are annoying you, and the fetch quests, which I think are the 3 worst things about the original BioShock. Which is like, oh, you have to go do this thing, find these 3 components, and then come back and get it. Infinite's way more streamlined. It's very much it's a linear game with a linear narrative. It's not as open, but it still has these open environments. But I really am excited for you to get to Infinite because I think that now that you have the appreciation of BioShock, Infinite will resonate with you so much more. I had a friend that jumped into Infinite and just played it through and didn't play the original BioShock, and he didn't really feel the weight of that game because it really does touch BioShock in a very intimate way. It's just not in a way that you'd expect. It has a lot to do with the world and how they connect and all that stuff. So I'm excited for you to get to it, but I did want to say that I played through Infinite, and that's just a superb game. 10 out of 10. It's incredible.
I'll check it out.
Also played No Man's Sky for about 6 hours. Burnt out. That game is beautiful and interesting and really samey. So Kyle was kind of right. It wore out its welcome. I didn't buy it. A friend lent it to me, and I played it, which I think is the right way to play that game. If you can get a hold of this game for $15-$20, I think go for it. You'll have a couple days of great fun.
It'll probably be a Black Friday sale.
Definitely a Black Friday game.
I can see that being one of the games that shows up for people that were wanting it over the summer, that want it on their Christmas list. Parents, if you're listening to Radiovania, check it out. Black Friday, almost guarantee you. Oh yeah, it'll be within the under $25 range.
It's already dropped $15, I think, on retail cost. Used, you can get it for like $40 at a GameStop, $35, whatever, $40. So it's hitting that sweet spot already. Nice dab. I also wanted to say Mafia 3 just came out in the past week. Yeah. Looks great. Heard not great things about it. Apparently it's...
Visually, it looked really interesting.
I've also heard the story is fantastic.
Yeah, but is it better than Grand Theft Auto?
No way. Yeah. But, again, good bargain game. So maybe if you're going through some things over there, you might want to pick it up for some cheap.
We got a lot of games coming out soon.
We do have a lot of games.
You want to talk about those? Yeah, we're still on that subject.
That was going to be the last story, but let's bring it out to the first. You know what? Everything's topsy-turvy. Let's just go.
We've been so out of sync that we don't even know how to run the shows anymore.
Let's start with video games.
All right. So coming out tonight at midnight, and I'm extremely depressed that I will not be able to go purchase it.
Yeah, start with the first one.
Batman Return to Arkham, the collection of Arkham Asylum and Arkham City for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and PC.
Releases on Tuesday, October 18th, so by the time you're listening to this, you could go to your local retailer, go to the PSN or the Xbox Live store, and download Return to Arkham. No reviews for this one yet, so...
It's a remaster. I mean, you kind of know what you're expecting.
We'll see. Hopefully
in
there's
terms
not
of
some,
gameplay, we'll see what happens. This is number 1 on my Christmas list, definitely.
Yeah.
If I feel comfortable with my finances to purchase it down the road, I might check it out beforehand. But as of right now, I just kind of gotta watch the dollars and cents, you know. But
you also played these games before, so no need to rush back in.
Exactly. I am curious to check out the trophy situation with that, though, because that is one that I would definitely tear through. I want it to be I am the Batman again. Yeah. It'd be great.
Also releasing tomorrow on Tuesday, October 18th, Super Dimension Neptune vs. Sega Hard Girls. In the RPG adventure Super Dimension Neptune vs. Sega Hard Girls, a crossover of the Neptunia RPG series and the Sega Hard Girls comedy anime book series, Neptune is transformed into a motorcycle.
Is this like featuring Neptune versus zombies, which
Neptune
we thought was going to be cool, and it turns out it's not what we thought at all?
It's just a JRPG that's very wonky.
Interesting. Did I tell you when Cal checked that out?
He did. Did he?
Did he play it?
Well,
because when we were talking about it on the show, you and me were talking about, like, oh, what if it's a really dope, like 16-bit platformer where you're Neptune, you're fighting off zombies. Yeah. He went and checked it out and found out it was a JPEG. Or a
JPEG.
Not JPEG. JRPG.
You pay $25.99 for this game and it's just picture. It's a picture. Mordheim, City of the Damned. Never heard of this one before. A remaster of some kind. Also, Tuesday, October 18th, 2016, the Lego Harry Potter collection. Right now it's $40 with Amazon Prime, $50 without. It's compiling years 1 through 4 and 5 through 7 with all DLC packs and characters.
That'll also be on my Christmas list.
So that's fun for people that want to pick that up.
Shelby and I, my sister.
Yes.
I don't really talk about her a whole lot on this show because we don't have. Yeah, shout out to Shelby. We played through years 1 through 4 on the Wii when that came out and got the 100% on that. So I know I sent her that the link about it when they announced it, and she definitely wants to play through that on the PlayStation. Cool. Because we play a little bit of Jurassic World this summer. She likes the Lego games a lot because they're easy. And
they're fun cooperatively.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we'll definitely check that one out.
I never played the Lego Harry Potter games, so
I recommend
I'm looking forward to getting to these.
Years 1 through 4.
Okay. Well, if I get this remaster, I'll probably just play through all of them.
What we should probably start doing is just buying separate games and then trading them. Because that really works out well with BioShock. So.
That's true, and I need to borrow that Lego Force Awakens from you at some point.
I haven't even finished it.
Oof.
I played it. I burned
biggest...
out fast.
Really?
Yeah. There's so much to do that I just got overwhelmed. After that first week and a half where I was like, this is the best Lego game ever. You know why, though, is because I was playing it by myself. Like most of the other Lego games that I've played,
you need a little bit of that sweet Zach in your life.
Yeah, and like most of the Lego games that I've played that I've gone through to fruition with, I've had other people playing them with me. Like Nate and I played Lego Lord of the Rings all the way to completion.
Lego Lord of the Rings.
That's why
I could do with a remaster of Lego Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, they should compile it with The Hobbit, but I mean that's already on PS4, so I don't know.
And
if they do that.
Traveler's Tales out there. If you're listening very closely, this is Zach Rotella from Radiovania. I would demand that you add DLC for the Battle of the Five Armies. I know you probably never even started making it. Heinous. But you need to do that. That is the one thing. Yeah, that really upset me. And I understand why they didn't. They're a company. They have to make money. They realized they probably saw that Lego the Hobbit didn't sell very well. So
why wouldn't you wait until the trilogy was done then?
They were probably getting pushed by Warner Brothers because Warner Brothers is the publisher of those games.
Warner Brothers needs to
get their act in check. We're also releasing an $800 box set of Lord of the Rings, so we can. That's a whole thing.
Oh, we've been there.
We've been there and back.
We've been down there and back again. We've been down that road.
So Tuesday, October 18th, if you're out looking for movies, you can pick up Independence Day Resurgence on Blu-ray and Alice Through the Looking Glass on Blu-ray. Yeah, I didn't see either of those, no.
Guess what? Most of the summer blockbusters, not that good.
Yeah, this movie this year sucked.
Redbox all of these movies if you're remotely interested in seeing them.
Or steal them.
Steal them, yes.
Just kidding.
Or
don't pirate.
They'll probably be on Amazon Video in a month.
Yeah, that's true. This Friday, October 21st, something I'm very excited about. Battlefield 1 releases on Amazon for $48, $60 without. Have you seen those reviews?
Skyrocketing.
Sitting at a very pretty scale. I'm going to go to Metacritic right now. I'm going to see. What do you think the Battlefield 1 is sitting at right now?
Metacritic's on a 10-point scale, right?
Metacritic is on a 100-point scale.
100?
Yeah.
93.5.
93.5. That's very specific. It is currently at an 89.
I tried Battlefield 1. I tried to help you out.
No, it's good.
Fudge the numbers.
There's a couple perfect scores on here. Let's read one from Time. Time magazine says a stupefyingly gorgeous first-person shooter. The Sixth Axis says Operations Mode is a standout addition to the multiplayer, bringing together the behemoths, the destruction, the hellish screams of people charging into the fight. I do wish the single player had been able to push on and draw more from that excellent opening, but stepping back into the First World War helps to give Battlefield 1 a refreshing and invigorating veneer to the game. A trailer is playing in my ear right now, so it's really hard to read. Pause. Oh, that was so obnoxious. I hate when websites autoplay videos. Yeah. That's just like the most egregious thing to me.
The worst example of that is ESPN. Have you ever heard?
No, I've never.
So like you'll click on an article and it'll have a video link at the top, and if you don't stop that first one, it shuffles a lot of videos. So you'll just be listening to all this stuff while you're trying to read, and you're just like, shut up.
All right, so let's circle it back around to news. You ready for this?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm going to read this in a very specific voice. You ready? So humor me here.
Is this Sean Connery?
No, but I'm going to take a sip of beer. From Wired.com.
The Wire or just Wire?
From Wired.com. Wow. Whatever you do, don't watch this teaser for Netflix's Lemony Snicket. Dear reader, I'm sorry to say that the teaser you're about to click on and watch is extremely unpleasant. Over a decade ago, the first 3 books in Daniel Handler's A Series of Unfortunate Events got adapted as a moderately received but underperforming feature film. But the popularity of the macabre, tongue-in-cheek tale of the orphan Baudelaire siblings, Violet, Klaus, and Sonny, escaping their menacing relative Count Olaf, has proven so determined that Netflix saw fit to readapt the stories. It'll be a streaming series of unfortunate events. The teaser, featuring Snicket himself, played by Patrick Warburton, narrating the dimly lit studio of the show, has several sight gags tucked away for those with keen eyes. Look for the box of very flammable dandelions, or the slate listing of director Monty Kensicle, which just so happens to be an anagram of Lemony Snicket. And though the sets are empty and the crew is suffering from low morale, there's one lone joyous voice in the background, that of the villainous Count Olaf, played by Neil Patrick Harris. Last month, when Harris went on live with Kelly to talk about the show with Kelly Ripa, he noted that it's a much darker take on the series than the feature film, and each book will take 2 episodes, with the initial season covering the first 4 books. And Harris also let slip that it's the most expensive series Netflix has ever produced, which would be astounding given reports of how much The Get Down, Bloodline, and the upcoming The Crown cost to produce. Debuts January 2017. John! I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Did you ever read the Series of Unfortunate Events when you were a kid?
No.
Okay. Huge place in my heart. I love these books to death. The movie, not exactly what I wanted it to be.
Wasn't that Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey was Count Olaf, and he was good. There were some directing decisions I wouldn't have made. They shortened
the kids in the feature film.
I don't remember the actors' names. They were kind of
bad.
They weren't bad. No, all the actors in the movie were good. It was the way that the movie was. It's the way the story progressed. See, what it does...
Oh, it's like Suicide Squad.
Kind of. What happened was it based on the first 3 books in an hour-and-a-half movie. First 3 books, an hour-and-a-half movie.
Okay.
They did book 1, cut that in half. Then they did book 2, book 3, and then they came back to the end of book 1 after book 3 in the movie. So they kind of
How many books are there?
I'm going to get dissected for saying this, but I think there's 12.
Better fact check that, boyo.
I am going to talk about it.
Is it 12? Stay tuned. Same bat time.
Keep staying tuned. Keep staying tuned.
Bat channel.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
13. Oh. That makes sense. Unlucky number. I can't believe I didn't.
Because it's unfortunate.
That. Yes, very unfortunate. If you haven't read these books, yeah, I have the whole set, so I should lend them to you.
Yeah. How big is would I be able to tear through all of them in a day?
You could read the first 3 in a day, definitely. They start to get thicker as they get through, but none of them are as long as any of the Harry Potter books. Like, they're short reads. They're very vignette-y. This is Lost before Lost. I mean, like, it's a very convoluted sort of...
Now you're speaking dirty to me.
Like a series about intrigue and deception and lies, and it's very dark and hilarious. Like, the way that the books are written is just fantastic, and I can't wait to see the show. I love Neil Patrick Harris. My girlfriend and I had a little bit of an issue with Patrick Warburton as Lemony Snicket. He's no Jude Law, who was amazing as Snicket in the movie, but... the trailer still looks fantastic. Like, the set looks beautiful, and if they are pouring all this money into it, if it is darker, and I'm just happy that they're doing 2 episodes per book. So that's like, you get some good fleshed outness with that. And
it'll be like part 1, part 2s per book.
I do think
so.
And
with the book titles?
Yeah. I would assume it's...
So is it going to be a 1-season show? So we're looking at what? Is that like 26 episodes?
They said the first season's only going to do the first 4 books.
Oh, okay, cool.
So 2,
so you're looking
4,
at
6, 8. Yes.
So you're looking at Stranger Things.
So Stranger Things style.
Stranger Things is batting 1,000. And,
my God. Oh my God.
Everyone's following in his footsteps.
I think
Scam.
Netflix is doing the best with original programming, aside from HBO. Mm-hmm. And so, like, Netflix, yeah, do whatever you want.
Have you watched Luke Cage at all?
I have not watched Luke Cage, but
good things about it.
I have heard good things too. I still haven't finished Jessica Jones. I got so unmotivated
I've heard you should
by the
just
end
drop
of
it and then move on to Luke Cage.
Luke Cage, really? All right, well, I might do that.
Also, I've heard some good things about Ghost Rider on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. just because he's better than Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, well, I've so lost interest in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I never even watched an episode.
I never even watched it.
Yeah.
I think it was a disgrace to the Avengers movie to...
Why'd you bring back Coulson?
To do what they did with the Coulson character. That was a waste of a sacrifice. So.
Yeah, it just makes those movies even less meaningful.
You base your third act off of that sacrifice, and then you recede it. That's like the ultimate Marvel formula, and yet they still make big bucks.
Oh, big bucks.
You know?
What's amazing is that show is still on the air, because I don't know anybody that watches that. That's true.
There's
ABC's hurting.
ABC has a lot of good family programs, and honestly, you and I, we're not into family programming.
Yeah, we hate families. We hate the American family.
Not necessarily that. We like our families, but just the concept of the family on television, I guess, is what we have a problem with. Who knows?
From Collider, Thor Ragnarok director Taika Waititi, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce that name.
Okay.
Taika Waititi teases the film's 70s, 80s sci-fi fantasy tone. When Guardians of the Galaxy was about to be released, everyone was saying how big of a gamble the film was from Marvel Studios. I'm not sure how big a risk the film actually was, given that Marvel had already established a brand, meaning folks were interested solely based on the Marvel Studios Presents tag. But it certainly was a tonal departure from Marvel's other output. However, that risk paid off in a huge way, with Guardians now standing as one of the most popular Marvel movies ever made. Moreover, it paved the way for Marvel to really stretch in subsequent films, like the upcoming Thor sequel, Ragnarok. As filming on Ragnarok is winding down, Waititi recently took part in a Reddit AMA where he answered some questions about the Thor sequel. Most notably, Waititi teased that Ragnarok will be unique in the MCU. Quote, I think Thor Ragnarok will be one of the most adventurous and most out there of all the Marvel movies. It's a crazy movie. My favorite character is Thor, but not Thor from the previous films, Thor from Ragnarok. He's different and amazing. The new logo suits the 70s, 80s sci-fi fantasy that this film is becoming. People talked about the score. People talked about all this stuff. He said, I didn't see that, but I was very aware of the discussions. It was important to me that we got someone who has a very unique flavor for this. Our film is crazy, so we needed someone to help complement that. He was talking about the composer who did the music for the Lego movie and was a member of Devo.
Okay.
You know, whip it. Mm-hmm. Whip it real good. So
are they going to sing Everything is Awesome in there?
Everything is Thor.
All right.
I'm loving the more I hear about this movie, the more excited I get, which is interesting because I've never really gotten excited for a Thor movie.
I usually just go and I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm not just like, I gotta go see Thor at midnight.
Now I've got to go see Thor.
Yeah, well.
That sounds awesome.
He's a hunk, man, you know, but.
I mean, put a 70s,
Sam Neill, Jeff
Goldblum.
We got Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett.
Chet. We got Thor, we got Hulk, we got Natalie Portman, so
she's dead.
Star Wars jokes.
She's out of the MCU.
You think her character's dead?
No, but I think that she's dead to the MCU.
Well, yeah.
They're just going to say, like, she's off doing papers for her studies.
She's still working on her Nobel Prize.
What did they say about Pepper in Civil War? Didn't they made
They're
some...
on a break. It's like the Friends joke.
Yeah. We were on a break.
It's just disappointing.
So another big
They're spending too much money on getting more and more men in their movies that they're losing out on their female characters that they established in their early films.
Well, we'll see about that.
It's like we're going to cut Gwyneth Paltrow at the expense of Black Panther and Spider-Man, which I love, but it's like, now Tony's mopey? Come on.
Well, we'll see about that Captain Marvel when that comes out, because
that's true.
That's going to be great. Female-led superhero movie from Marvel.
Brie Larson?
Yes, Brie Larson from The Room, which I still need to see.
Or 21 Jump Street for some deep cuts.
That's true. So another big piece of news, and we don't have to harp on this very much, but I do want to get your feedback since we haven't talked about it on the show while we are on our sabbatical, right? We're calling it a sabbatical?
Yeah.
Okay. Ben Affleck announced that the Batman movie is called The Batman.
The Batman.
I'm going to recede from the mic and let you take this.
Okay.
How does this make you feel?
It's fine. It's better than them just calling him the Bat, which is all they called him in Batman v Superman. Like, why didn't they just acknowledge that he was called Batman in that movie? The Batman is not the worst title you can go with. They're clearly going for really basic stuff. You know, you have Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. No one liked that. So then we cut it down to
Wonder Woman,
Justice League, The Batman. Probably Man of Steel 2, you know, stuff like that.
Definitely Man of Steel 2. That's definitely going to be... That's like... I haven't talked to you about that before, but I definitely think it's going to be like Man of Steel, Roman numeral 2. Yeah, it's not going to be like the number 2.
If that trilogy works out, that'd be great. We'll see, though. But I'm fine with this.
Yeah?
No more colons until you give me a good movie.
Yeah. I like colons, but only if... Yeah, you know what I mean? Dawn of Justice, not a good colon. Dawn of Justice, great movie title. Not a good colon with Batman v Superman. That still, like, when I really think about it, might be one of the worst movie titles in the last...
What about Cowboys and Aliens?
Great movie title. I don't know what you're talking about. Intriguing.
Okay.
Intriguing, totally. From comingsoon.net, the Suicide Squad extended cut trailer is here, so you can go and watch that. Basically, Warner Brothers Pictures has revealed the trailer for Suicide Squad extended cut Blu-ray featuring scenes not seen in the theatrical cut. Bring the squad home when Suicide Squad arrives on the Ultra HD Blu-ray 3D combo pack, Blu-ray 3D combo pack DVD, and digital HD. Check out the teaser below and look for it on November 15th and digital and Blu-ray December 13th.
Or not.
The Suicide Squad extended cut features more action and more squad with 13 more minutes of footage previously not seen in theaters. This is a joke, John.
We can't even
this is a joke.
We can't even get through this news topic without laughing.
This is a joke. 13 minutes? This is a joke. What do they think? What are they doing?
All right, so I'm thinking 3.5 minutes of Jared Leto doing Jared Leto things.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's only that scene where he's like, "Let me show you my toys," and that's it.
No, there's also a scene where he encounters the squad before they fight the Enchantress.
Okay,
and that's where there was a set photo release of like half of his face kind of burned from a grenade and stuff like that. It's from when his chopper crashed or whatever. Yeah. There's probably like 6 minutes of the Enchantress just going like doing that dance thing, you know. She was like, brother,
we must raise these blob men.
I hope we get more, what? I already forgot his name. The fire guy.
Oh, Diablo.
Johnny Storm? Okay.
Johnny Storm.
Flame on!
Flame guy.
Like, does the extended cut out the soundtrack in the movie?
You made a salient point earlier. We were walking to B-Dubs, and I said, yeah, you know that extended Suicide Squad, and you're like, I'd be almost happier if they cut it down. And I agree.
Yeah, like cut out the third act.
Yeah.
Completely.
Just completely. Just leave it on a cliffhanger.
Make it like a 20-minute short film where it's like, we some kind of Suicide Squad? Boom! Suicide Squad. Roll credits. That's it.
It's Jared Leto will appear in Justice League or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. Awesome. Terrible.
No. For those of you that like this movie, because I know people do like this movie out there.
I don't know where they are, though.
But
they're not out there.
They exist, and we have to acknowledge the large fan base as a whole. Go check this out. I'm sure it'll be like Batman. It's made a lot of money, but where if you care enough about the movie, it might be improved. We'll watch it.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely
much
watch
to our
it
chagrin. We'll watch it.
Yeah,
I don't know if we'll pay for it, but
no. Well, nah. I'll rent it. Maybe rent it.
Redbox and extended cut. Do they even do that?
Well, we can Amazon it. Rent it for like a 48-hour period or whatever.
I guess.
Yeah. I don't have any interest in owning this movie.
There's not even a scene that I could think of that I would want to watch again besides Batman punching Harley Quinn in the face underwater. That's about it.
I like the club scene with Joker, but that's like literally 48 seconds.
In the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
I would watch the first 20 minutes. I enjoyed the first 20.
Even
enough.
With the montage with all the Guardians of the Galaxy music they ripped off?
It's better than what happens later.
It's true.
Once they start killing innocent people that are covered in black gunk and then you forget that those are still people under there.
Oh yeah, you do forget this.
Huge loophole, guys. Yeah. Deadshot is killing thousands of citizens in whatever it's Midtown, right? Is the city they go to that they completely made up?
Yeah,
it's basically St. Louis.
It's like Midtown.
He's killing all these people in St. Louis, and he's just like, bah, 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 and then it's just like,
I am a god,
and you're like, wait a second, and you find out later in the movie that they're turning humans into these
humans.
And you're like, he's just gunning these guys down.
He's a brutal dude. So on some more happy movie notes,
lay it on me.
A week ago, the Hugh Jackman on Instagram and Twitter posted the first shot we've seen of the teaser poster for Logan. Comes out March 3rd, rated R, features an old man Logan, features an old Professor Xavier. And here's the quote from the Logan director.
James Mangold.
What separates Logan, Hugh Jackman's last ride as Wolverine from other modern superheroes would be its gritty down-to-earth tone, at least according to a script page released by director James Mangold. The page doesn't reveal much in the way of story, but it does kick off with a diatribe from Mangold about the tone of the fights, which, according to him, are anything but. I want to read the full quote.
Because it's amazing.
It's great.
It's the best release quote since J.J. Abrams said something about Star Wars last year from a director.
He says, quote, "In this flick, people will get hurt or die when shit falls on them." Sorry for the curse word. "They will get just as hurt or just as killed if they get hit with something heavy like, say, a car." He says, according to him, there will be, quote, not a gravity-defying, city block-destroying CG blank fest. If you're looking for a gravity-defying...
No giant beam of light in the middle of the sky.
This ain't your movie.
You know what that means? That means it's our movie.
You know, it means that it's going to be good. It
means
it's going to be good because they're not focusing on the visual fidelity of the film. They probably worked so long to make sure that the story is perfect.
And you know what's awesome about this is they're even giving a giant middle finger to their own movie franchise, which is X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah, definitely.
They're like, listen, you know, we're all on the same team, but like us and Deadpool, we're going to go to the VIP section of the club.
Seriously, like everybody loved Deadpool more. Nobody like Apocalypse was fine, but everybody sided on the Deadpool camp. It was because they had less of a budget. They couldn't spend it all on CG. They had to like develop these characters and make the script good and make the story entertaining and interesting. This is now my most anticipated comic book movie because it's going to be real. Like, it's going to be gritty and down to earth. Everybody loves Hugh Jackman. It's going to be an emotional send-off for him as the character of Wolverine.
When he dies.
I don't think he's going to die, but I definitely it's going to be weighty. Like,
oh, for sure. And I can't wait.
I don't know if it might end on a bit of an ambiguous note, like maybe he might die, but I think I feel like it would be bad to kill him on his last ride, you know? Mm-hmm. I feel like that would be a bad way to leave the character.
Like Han Solo.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't necessarily his ride, but I understand what you're saying.
This is what I want to say about this. I agree with everything that you just said.
Sure.
The way that they're handling the promotion of this movie is fantastic. You realize this is 6 months away?
Yeah, it's
less than that.
Very impressed by the imminent release.
And there's no trailer at all. You know what would be awesome? Don't drop a trailer.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Just release it. Just put it out March 3rd, and we'll go see it.
Yeah, everyone's going to go see this. This thing exploded, 430,000 likes on Instagram.
The poster is all you need to get people to go because they recognize, worldwide, they have recognized that image since 2000 when Hugh Jackman put that out there on the first X-Men movie.
Yeah. And buzz spread really fast. So everyone knows this is coming.
Totally on board. We'll be there.
Definitely.
Day one.
Of course, our ideal world here, not going to happen.
There will be a trailer.
We'll see a trailer. My hope is that it is very much a teaser thing. So I'm hoping they go the Star Wars route.
When do you drop a trailer?
You definitely drop it in the movie season of this fall. So it's going to be attached to some big movie.
Because here's the problem. It's a rated R film. You cannot attach it with kid trailers.
No, but trailers can be adapted for all audiences. It doesn't have to be a red band trailer. Of course, I would like them to release a red band trailer, but you don't need to do something like that. You could easily attach this. If Civil War had a trailer in front of Episode 7, Logan could have a trailer in front of Rogue One.
This is what I want. And I got this right here, all right? This is like
preach to
Fox,
me,
if you're listening to this, I am ready to be on your marketing team for this Logan movie. All right, so this is what happens. We start out in northern Canada in a bar, okay? Bartender, camera's on the bartender. Let's say you're the bartender, all right? You're talking to me. And basically, you're just talking, and the entire trailer just builds up to just a single reveal of just what he's going to look like in the film. So, you know, there'll be a cigar ashing. Sure. You know, he'll be pouring a glass of whiskey or something like that. Camera pans at the end. Logan takes a big old sip. He's gray. Everyone knows it's old man Logan, stuff like that. He's really gritty. He's really rough looking. Minute 30. That's all you need.
No, definitely. Just some like dialogue in the background.
Don't show Patrick Stewart. Don't do any of that stuff. You don't need any of that. You just have to show that Wolverine's going to be in the movie.
Yeah. I would love a world where we go into that movie not knowing what's going to happen, and then just
I almost might not even watch a trailer if they drop it, just because it's so close that I could wait. It's not like Star Wars where like I have to wait another year for Episode 8. More than that,
I still think Episode 8 trailer is going to be attached to Rogue One.
I agree.
I'm holding out that hope because I think the
teaser will be attached to Rogue One.
Yeah, teaser, absolutely not a trailer, but yeah, we'll definitely see Episode 8 footage by the end of this year, by the end of 2016, which is exciting. But Logan.
2 thumbs way up.
Oh, yeah. So excited about this one.
Good job, guys.
From The Hollywood Reporter, the Harry Potter movies are returning to IMAX theaters for 1 week. Harry Potter's headed back to IMAX as Warner Brothers Pictures builds buzz for its Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, released on November 18th. IMAX is bringing the Harry Potter universe back into its theaters. IMAX and Warner Brothers said Monday that all 8 Harry Potter films will have an exclusive 1-week engagement starting October 13th. So we're in the thicket of it. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which will bow November 18th, is being dubbed a spin-off of Warner Brothers' hugely successful blah, 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 blah. Let's scroll down. Vamp for me. Say Batman.
Batman.
Yeah.
Batman. Or The Bat.
All right, so right now on this article, I'm not seeing exactly where, but if you are in an IMAX area, if you have an IMAX theater, you could probably go see one of the Harry Potter movies in theaters this week.
This week?
In IMAX, yes.
I'm going to look at the Lennox after this, because you and I might be going to watch Sorcerer's Stone tonight.
Maybe. And one last big movie thing to talk about. The teaser trailer for Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales.
There's another movie that we'll talk about after this, but we'll get there.
Yeah, was released. So what'd you think of the teaser?
I really liked it.
Yeah?
I liked the composed score for the trailer. Was actually my favorite part. I like how they didn't show any familiar characters. I thought that was interesting.
Agreed.
It's still a big old CGI fest, which is just in the name of pirates, because they've just been doing that for a long time.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
And it fits in that universe.
Javier Bardem is literally playing his Skyfall villain in a pirate costume. So.
Didn't see Skyfall, so I don't
You haven't
know.
seen Skyfall?
No.
You haven't seen Skyfall or Spectre?
No.
When was the last Bond movie you saw? Quantum?
Yes.
Really? It's okay. Casino Royale is the best. But
yeah, Casino Royale.
You should watch Skyfall and Spectre. They're both really good.
Okay.
We'll get around to it.
We'll do. Yeah, I like... It looks beautiful. I mean, yeah, it's a CGI crazy... It's like a CGI brownie, but...
Yeah, you know what I'm worried about, though?
What's that?
My prediction is that this is going to take a Kingdom of the Crystal Skull twist. Yes, I said it. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. That kid that he's talking to in the cell...
Oh, that's Will's son.
Is Will Turner's son.
Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious. I'm fine with that.
I mean, it's okay as long as it's not ruining Indiana Jones. So, yeah,
no,
it should be fun.
I just always assumed that... what's interesting is that, yeah, everybody was calling that out. We're like, oh, that kid's Will's son. Everybody knows.
Well, you got to think about it this way. How old is Jack Sparrow supposed to be? Because at the end of At World's End, 10 years go by, and Elizabeth and Will's kid are waiting for Will to come back with the Dutchman. You know, kid looks to be about 10 years old, obviously, because he was conceived whenever. So how old is this kid supposed to be? So,
20s?
Let's say that's 20. So how old is Jack Sparrow in At World's End? And then you add an extra 20 years on that. Jack Sparrow's like 60 in this movie, chronologically. That does not add up at all.
No, it doesn't add up, but no one's going to really...
He's going to look like Keith Richards, technically.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's going to care. And I don't think...
I mean, I know I won't care, but it just makes no sense.
No, it definitely doesn't make any sense.
If he turns out to be Will's son, which he might not be, but...
He might not be. It might be a total red herring, and they might have seen that coming, but Disney's... I don't know. This very much speaks of a Star Wars thing to me, where it's like, I don't remember a Pirates trailer being this sparse in terms of like teasing the,
and I like
the
it.
material, which
no
is fine.
Jack Sparrow is a great idea.
Yeah.
Because before it's like a lot of Jack Sparrow.
I'd be even fine if you saved him for that movie. Everybody knows Pirates is going to have Jack Sparrow. It's just like
I want them to save Will Turner's reveal.
Yeah.
Because Will Turner is actually my favorite Pirates of the Caribbean character, hands down.
Yeah, Will Turner's the bomb.
What I did like, I really am looking forward to Javier Bardem's villain, because I really did not like Blackbeard at all.
Oh, no, Blackbeard sucked.
Ian McShane, I love him as an actor.
Yes, terrible.
That was a terrible villain.
Yeah, terrible villain.
Following Davy Jones is hard, I get that, but And even a secondary villain like Beckett, but come on.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just worried about where they're taking Jeffrey Rush's character, if they're going to overload it like they did in Stranger Tides, because I think now he's better in smaller.
Too much Barbossa.
I think he should be just served in smaller doses for this film. So I'm excited. Definitely, I like the pirate films. So
yeah, I love even the bad one. Like 4 is bad. Stranger Tides is bad.
I would give 4 a 4 out of 10.
It passes for me, so I'd say like a D. I'd say like a 6. 6.5.
I'd give it a 4.
Its redeeming qualities are Jack, Barbossa, Schmitty, or whatever the guy's name is.
Gibbs.
And
you're saying Shmee from Computer Band?
Yeah,
Mr. Shmee.
That's exactly where my head was Mr. Shmee.
Penelope Cruz was terrible.
She wasn't.
The Mermaid was terrible.
Mermaid was terrible. And the Christian guy was terrible.
Yeah, the new replacement, Will Turner, who's like a preacher.
Faux Will
terrible.
Turner. Yeah.
Everyone was terrible besides Jack Sparrow and all the people from the other movies.
Yeah.
And they're even doing it right. This movie, if you look at the cast list, they're bringing back Cotton. They're bringing back Marty. They're bringing out all these supplemental pirate characters that don't mean anything in the story, but they're doing it right.
We love them because they're there.
Yeah. I love the parrot. What do we say? It's great.
All right, and the last story we have here. The Nintendo NX pricing revealed in a new leak. Mario is tipped to the launch title. So if you're tired of us talking about the NX, get ready because we've got some more stories. Apparently, some people are speculating that this might be the week that it gets revealed.
What day?
No one knows. I think the rumors are suggesting...
Is it a treehouse again? Or?
I think it's going to be a surprise digital announcement. Yes, well, we'll see what happens.
You know what they should do? They should have, like... Since they're already digging a hole for their own grave, they should just have Adam Sandler present it on stage in Japan.
From Nintendo of America.
Hello, everybody. I am Enix. I'll play Enix. This is my friend Kevin James. He's playing Enix.
Everyone in the stockroom for Nintendo was like, sell. We gotta have Sandler on the stage. With all the talk of the Nintendo NX launching in March of 2017, it seems very strange we still haven't heard or received an official announcement from Nintendo. Yeah, it's very strange.
It's like Logan, but reverse. It's just like no hype involved whatsoever.
The company's silence on the NX has led some to believe that the console will miss its March release window, but a new leak is suggesting, amongst other things, that the NX is still on track to launch in 6 months. These leaked details were provided to and later posted by the moderators of the Nintendo NX subreddit. They supposedly come from an anonymous source who is confirmed to work for a, quote, very large retailer, end quote, that has already received some pre-release materials on the NX. Apparently, retailers will be receiving the demo NX units in February, which lines up with the March 2017 release window Nintendo was targeting. That's perfect. We also learned that Nintendo is planning to support the launch of the NX with a new Mario game, which will be heavily advertised alongside the console. This is supported by previous rumors which claim that Nintendo will look to have multiple games from its heavy-hitting franchises available within 6 months of the NX lifespan. This Mario game will supposedly be one of 4 launch titles for the NX. This leak also gives us some idea of price, saying that a standalone console will cost $299.99 and a planned bundle with unclear contents will run $399.99. Quote, interact with your game on the go, end quote, is a marketing phrase spotted on these promotional, presumably in-store posters, further reinforcing the long-running rumors that this will be a hybrid console that attempts to strike a balance between home consoles and handhelds. It would seem that Nintendo is aiming for games to run in 1080p at 60 frames per second when the NX is used as a home console, while 900p has been suggested as a target resolution for the portable gaming. Finally, these leaked details once more claim that the NX will use cartridges, something we've heard of a few times at this point. So that's a lot of information. Take it all with a grain of salt if you so desire.
What's the best looking cartridge game that's been 1080p ever?
Oh, there hasn't been. But the whole thing is that, you know, we've reached a point where flash storage... How big are the
cartridge going to be? Because it can't be 3DS sizes, obviously.
I'm assuming they're going to be that size. Or a little bit bigger, yeah. Flash storage is super cheap. You can get a 64 gigabyte cartridge, which is as big as The Witcher 3 for $39, $40. So,
but can it play, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think that Nintendo can do it. If they're targeting... Also, think about it this way.
This just seems like it's a bad dream.
I know. We'll see.
Does it have a GameCube controller port on the side?
I hope so. It's all going to have to do with the messaging. Because they're going to have to spin this in a very specific way to make people like me who are burnt out on Nintendo to want to pay $300 for this. Or $400 depending on what the launch bundle includes.
We should just split it.
We should just split it.
If it looks bad, we should split it. But if it looks amazing, I'll
probably have to buy one for myself.
Yeah.
But I have a theory that I think it's going to be backwards compatible with the 3DS. A lot of people have been throwing that around that I think you're going to be able to play your 3DS games on the go with this thing. So in that case...
That's dope.
I'm selling the hell out of my 3DS.
Like now.
As soon as I possibly can. And I'm going to get... And I have the XL.
Can you port your eShop games to it from your 3DS? Because I have a lot on
the second 3DS. Hope for me is that it's a more... And we talk about this
at the beginning
of the show.
Well, it is on an SD card, so you could just plug that in, hopefully.
That's true, but for me, it's all digital. I want it to be like the PlayStation Network, where I bought this game, I have the license, I own this game. Like, I could play it on the PS3, on the PS4, or the Vita. I'm logged in, you know my password, I get it, I can download it. Like, the Nintendo consoles have always been, and the Wii and the Wii U especially, have just been so cumbersome in downloading these games. That's my hope, is that the NX is easy to use. I just want to, I want to go in and say, oh yeah, I bought Mario 64 on the Wii 5 years ago. I can just download it. Easy as that. Play it on the go. Yeah, hell yeah, I want Mario 64 on the go. I'll play it on the plane to Europe. 100%. So, the things that are being leaked about this, I'm confident it's a portable console hybrid. Okay. I'm confident. I'm also confident in $300 as the basic price. I think that's a smart move. I think they're definitely going to sell it at somewhat of a loss. I don't think they're going to be able to cut profit on something that's going to run 1080p 60. 900p is about... Have you seen a PlayStation Vita or held my... Yeah. That's about 900p. It's around there, probably better. Which is crazy because Vita games look great. Freedom Wars looks great. Danganronpa looks great. Persona looks great. Downwell, I've been playing. Hitman Go. So... if Nintendo can capture even just a little bit of that, I'll be fine. But we're getting really close. That's all I basically wanted to read that article is because these leaks are just, they're flowing out like dishwater. So something's happening. I'd say it's Monday, October 17th. I say the end of October we're going to know what this thing is, and we're going to have an official announcement from Nintendo. Because
what are the 4 launch games? Mario, Breath of the Wild, Dance Dance Revolution, or Just Dance, or whatever.
I don't know if they confirmed that as a launch title, because I think that they just had the... Because remember, that was one of the games that had the NX logo, as well as Sonic that had the NX logo. I don't think either of those games are going to be launched, but if I had to guess, I think it's all 4 Nintendo properties. So Mario, Zelda, Breath of the Wild, definitely, and then 2 other properties. So maybe they're saving that Metroid game. Maybe they're saving that Pikmin game. Maybe they're saving that Pokemon game that they're going to put on the NX. But I still think it's too soon. So we'll see. It's really exciting, but scary at the same time. You know what I mean? I want it to be so good, but I'm worried it's going to be bad.
Sure.
And that's all we have for the news.
All right. Well, then let's head over to the Dat Cave real quick for
a little Dat Cave.
Dat topics. Let's talk about the Rogue One trailer.
Yeah.
Final trailer
that's true.
For
I
didn't
even put that in the news. I'm going to pull that up.
Got dropped about, what was it, early last week, I want to say.
Let's look up the date.
I think it was on Monday or something like that.
Let's look up the date.
Continues to build on what they've already established, both with their teaser trailer and their official trailer that they released over the summer during the Olympics.
Posted 4 days ago.
4 days ago.
October 13th it dropped.
Okay. Where do you want to start? Cons or pros about this trailer?
There's a lot of pros.
A lot of pros.
In this trailer. The biggest con for me is that I feel it's too revealing.
Yes.
Way too revealing, in fact.
In terms of a Star Wars trailer, very revealing.
Yeah. And even a trailer in general, they
basically revealed all of Mads Mikkelsen's storyline.
Yeah, and I had no idea about any of that. I knew Mads Mikkelsen was in the movie, but I had no idea he was her father. I also had no idea that he was supposed to die, and I also had no idea that he's coming back and works for the Empire. That's 3 huge plot points that you would assume take place over the course of 50% of the movie, 60% of the movie.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a very key part of the story. And
this just seems so weird that they revealed that in this trailer.
It was a strange direction when you compare it to the Force Awakens trailer where they reveal nothing but cool visuals. And that's what they've been doing so far with the Rogue One trailers. So in that regards, yes, it's a little disappointing. I'm sure there's more involved with.
Do you think that's what I was going to say? Is do you think that there's a bigger reveal happening?
Absolutely.
What do you see? That
one of the Rogue One will be a bad guy. Is what my thing will be. One of the team members, I think, is going to be like a double agent or something like that.
Okay. Interesting.
Yep.
Who do you see that being?
The leading male, Diego, however you say his last name.
Oh, so her friend or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
The guy that's in all that?
I think that'd be so sweet.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We'll see.
I also think a lot of them are going to die, too.
Yeah.
And, they're not, obviously they won't dive into any of that in the trailer. So it is a really cool trailer, though. Let's talk about some pros. There's some beautiful new shots that they showed.
Yeah, it's a great
both
looking
where
movie.
Mads Mikkelsen and Jyn Erso live. That shot where they're like walking through the reeds to their house was gorgeous with the stormtroopers or the death troopers, whatever you want to call it. We get a little more taste of your boy Darth Vader. We get to see some frontward shots this time, so you get to see him walking through smoke. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So we still don't really know what his role is, but at least they didn't reveal that in the trailer. What I really liked about this trailer is that one shot of the ATST in whatever town that they're in. There's like an ATST in like this courtyard. So it's like imagine Raiders of the Lost Ark with an ATST. So that's pretty cool. I don't know. It was an interesting drop because I thought they were done after the Olympic thing because it's pretty close to being released, but
yeah.
Can't quite remember when
month and a half.
Yeah, I can't quite remember when they dropped the final Force Awakens trailer. I know it was during a Monday Night Football game, but
yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think definitely I'm going to echo your thoughts. I think the pros are definitely the cinematography and the shots and the framing. It looks beautiful. Like right here, we're looking at a shot of desert planet.
Classic. Wouldn't be a Star Wars movie without a desert planet, unless you're Empire, the best one.
Oh, the best one. Giant statue in the ground of a Jedi, I'm assuming, with a giant sword or a samurai of some kind. He's got a hood and cloak. Looks like a Jedi to me.
Most likely.
Yeah. Just great looking. It's a great looking movie from the trailer, and I hope
find out Forrest Whitaker has robot legs.
Yeah, he's a chicken walker.
Save the rebellion. Yeah.
I also like Orson Krennic in this. He's got a very menacing sort of tone about him. I can't wait to hear him speak because I feel like that character is going to be very menacing.
It's kind of like saving Snoke.
Yeah.
Sure. Both in terms of voice and showing him. I mean, they obviously show him in these trailers, but we didn't know what Snoke was going to be like. We just knew he was going to have Andy Serkis behind him. So it's going to be great.
Oh, Andy Serkis, please deliver. And please don't be a CGI trash pile when we get to episode 8.
He'll be a nice mocap character.
I hope so.
Just take the Lord of the Ring drop.
I hope so.
But yeah, so Rogue One, I'm excited.
December 16th. It's right around the corner.
Well, the hype train isn't as much behind this movie as it is with The Force Awakens.
I'm definitely not excited right now.
Really?
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Every time I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, Rogue One comes out. That's going to be a lot of fun. But I'm thinking about the night. I'm thinking about going to see that lining up in the theater, the popcorn, the soda, talking about it beforehand and getting out and being excited about it. I'm not really... I don't know.
The thing about The Force Awakens is the hype going into it with the delivery of the hype.
Astronomical.
Amazing.
Astronomical. We'll never see that again, maybe.
No, never.
Until maybe the end of this trilogy.
I don't even think then, because we'll be expecting it, because we're getting a Star Wars movie every year. You know what I mean? That was so crazy, because it was 10 years since the last Star Wars movie. And the last Star Wars movie before that left a bad taste in people's mouths. So there's a lot of anticipation going into it. You had to deliver on your original characters as well as establish new ones, and they nailed everything. So
they definitely
we won't have a movie premiere like that in our lifetime, I don't think.
Silmarillion.
No.
Yeah, no way. It's not
you cannot market that to anybody.
I'll be the one person standing in line
I would
going,
watch it. I would watch an HBO Silmarillion.
Oh yeah,
show.
That'd be dope. That'd be great. But all right, you got some comics for us? You got some comic book shop talk?
I don't.
You don't have anything?
No.
Have you not read anything in the past couple weeks?
I haven't bought anything in the past couple weeks, so...
All right.
I'm poor.
Hey,
If you guys want to fund it, that'd be great.
We have a GoFundMe set up for John Parker's comic book.
The only thing I could really talk about is that they're booting up new storylines. The second round of storylines start this week because the Night of the Monster Man Batman story is done as of last Wednesday. So all these little tie-in stories are over with. So we're jumping in later in this year. We're going to have Justice League versus Suicide Squad, which will be the big heavy hitter. It's like a 6-issue arc.
Yeah.
Batman is heading into Arkham to deal with the Suicide Squad currently and to deal with Bane. That'll be pretty exciting. So
Tom Hardy's Bane?
No. It'll be like the Mucha Lucha. It'll be like the animated series one, like the Batman.
The Batman.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
All right, well, before we head out of here, I did want to also add that I had it on the list for the opening topics, but started watching Westworld. Fantastic. Great first pilot. Great pilot.
Great.
Reminded me a lot of
Terminator.
Yeah, you get some Terminator vibes. I got some Jurassic Park vibes.
Really?
Got some Star Wars vibes. Got some. But yeah. So I'm looking forward to this week. I'll pick up Battlefield 1 by the next episode. Hopefully we'll have our basic review for you. I'll be able to talk a little bit about the game, maybe put some videos online so you guys can watch the Let's Plays. But I think that about wraps up the show. Hour and 2 minutes.
Solid.
It's good to be back.
Good little comeback.
It's good to be back.
We're like MJ. We back.
Episode 30. That's 30. That's cool. 30 episodes. That's a good milestone.
When we get to 50, we're gonna have a nice.
We'll pop 50th. A bottle of champagne. It'll be a whole thing.
I can't wait to do a show next year for the 40th anniversary of Star Wars.
True. We'll have to have a big show for that one. But if you enjoy the show, and I know you do because you made it this far into this madness.
30 episodes. 30. You know how many things you do 30 times in your lifetime? Daily activities. So there you go.
Breathing.
Good one. Yeah. Brushing your teeth. Deodorant. Showering.
Hopefully brushing your teeth.
Eating.
Some people out there.
Get your act together.
Yeah. But if you want to get in touch with the show, you can do it in a variety of ways. You can contact me at Zach Rotello on Twitter. You can tweet John at @JohnParker on Twitter. You can email
me. You can slide in my DMs, get my number.
His number is 513. No!
It does start with 513. He's got that right.
So. We got that Cincinnati area.
Track me down.
You can email the show at radiovaniashow@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Spreaker at Radiovania. You can go to radiovania.com, and the most helpful thing you can do out there, that's right, if you like us, if you're like the Grinch and your heart just grew 3 sizes because of the fall season and pumpkin spice lattes.
That's all Christmas stuff, though. You need like the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown reference.
If the Great Pumpkin came to your town and gave you some free candy, go to YouTube, go to radiovania.com, and click the red subscribe button. Like a video, leave a comment, do whatever you want, but subscribe to the channel on YouTube. The more people we get watching there, the more ad revenue we get, the more we can produce in terms of creative and fun content. The more episodes like the Lost Cast. Maybe eventually we'll do a... who knows?
We all want to do a little teaser here?
Who knows? What are we planning on, John?
What do you want to talk about next? Because I let off with the Lost Cast, so what do you want to do a special cast on?
Oh, man.
Off the top of your head. Whatever you say, we're going to go with.
I think one of the next if we don't call it a late night show or an after dark, I think a show we should do is like best of 2016. It's like, what were the best moments, best movies, best TV shows?
That'll be like a New Year's thing.
Yeah, I feel like that should be like a kick.
Yeah, in terms of like a specific cast.
We'll have to think about that a little bit more.
Yeah. We'll get back to
Stranger Things cast would be great. Stranger cast.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. But thank you all for listening very much. This has been episode 30 of Radiovania, your nerdy public radio for all things entertainment and pop culture. And we're out.
Peace.